people in their mind, they're not going to go back to 26 years old Mayweather. They won't do that.
It's not connected, Bill.
Anyway, that's my call, man.
All right.
That's my call, bro.
Your headset not connected, Bill.
Let's see. Hello? It's not connected?
Nah.
Man, it must have just went dead. No, it's not dead though. Hold on.
Yeah, just try to check the Bluetooth on the phone. If you're watching this on YouTube or X live streaming video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. We got Bill Haney. Put your questions in the live chat. We got no post for him. And remember, we still got that raffle going for the Kenichi Bears, so you could double up, send your question, and get in that running. I never read your super chat, Cliff. So while Bill gets connected, I got Cliff with the $10. Buster Douglas defeating Mike Tyson is more impressive than whoever defeated Buster Douglas. Man, who beat the man isn't created equally. Upsets happen. Lucky nights happen. Spoken like a true dude that never fought, man. Spoken like a dude that never fought. Luck? I never heard a boxer say he landed a lucky punch. I never heard a trainer say they believe in lucky punches, man. I'm telling you, it's only you fans, uneducated fans, man.
Just what's going on with it, man?
Maybe jump out, jump back in, Bill, and it'll connect.
Okay. All right.
But if not, man, we'll do it like that. It don't matter. Okay. We've had worse. We've had worse, man. Man of the people, Bill Haney, huh? Voice of the people. There is no equal, you know? Get them questions in for Bill, man, before it's too late. But in the meantime, while we wait for him to connect, smash them thumbs up. Share the show. Help us grow. Right now, we got about 598 on YouTube. And looks like we got 250 likes. It's not bad. It's about 50%. We should be doing way better than that. We got 6 out of the 30 super chats needed to give away the Hibernation 5C. That's the black set, detachable, attachable mic. I'm telling you, y'all need to rock out with this. I wish David Maldonado would use his, because every time he calls in, he sounds horrible. Hopefully this works. What up, Bill?
Hey, I'm going to have to just, hello?
Yeah, nah, don't worry about it. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to just have to go. Man, shout out to the Boxing Voice, the voice of the people, the voice of the streets. And you know I'm here, man. I'm here for it, Ness.
What up?
I mean, you got some good content going. You're asking them a great question. But after further execution, you know, I'm pleasantly not happy to advise the people that we might want to take a look and see those champions that Floyd fought weren't champions when he fought them. I think that's one point that I want to take a look at. Just take a little close look at it, because I believe that it's a little bit of discrepancy in there.
Okay, so we want to look up Mayweather's record, you're saying?
No, okay, so better yet, let me try to help speed it up and keep us informed. With
so
no bias.
Who we looking at first?
Jesus Chavez. He was not a champion at that time. I think he went on to become a champion.
Okay. Jesus Chavez. Here we go. Yeah, at the time he was not a champion.
Okay, so he was not a champion.
And it was only a 6-rounder. But that's still good, because Canelo for
Well,
Miguel.
that's yeah,
Yeah.
but when we talk about risk and at 26 years old, doing what you'd like him to do, okay? I think, and then so it's Genaro Hernandez. Now, Gregorio Vargas, what was he?
Gregorio Vargas. That's after Hernandez, right? Yes. He was not a champ. Well, there was a WBC on the line. Let me see. When he fought Floyd. Well, nope. When he fought Floyd, he had the WBC feather box, and it was a vacant. He won that, and that got him to fight with Floyd, who had the WBC already.
Right, so he wasn't. He wasn't. So the only people I see on the list is Genaro Hernandez, Diego Corrales, and Jose Luis Castillo.
Castillo, yeah.
So,
Castillo.
and if I don't see anybody else on there at 26. So when you talk about that, and I'm saying it deserves comparison, you know what I mean? When you have the kind of accolades and like that, so we talk about it, and I think on this show led the topic to for it to happen, and it's the like I say, the voice of the streets, the voice of the people, where you can come in and you can ask your favorite fighter or your favorite fighter's team or the team that you hate and the fighter, but you ask them right here on the Boxing Voice. And I think that's what came up with, what's his name, Tip? Was that the guy Tip?
Bellis, yeah.
It was Tip. You know what I mean? That we talked about it. So, and I told him, with respect, no, we're following the trajectory of what the legends have done to keep us motivated. That's what keeps Devin motivated. That's what the motivation comes with putting another accomplished fighter like a Teofimo Lopez on there through all his rants and racist stuff, but still doing it for the people and doing it for the sport of boxing. Um, that's something that, even at 26, when you talk about dominating, you talk about dominating the narratives, and the fact that the fights can't happen, that you can at 26 fight that many champions, or I would say do business with that many champions to make events happen. Nevertheless, Devin is a living legend. And I'm not delusional when I say it's the Devin Haney era.
Bill, what do you say to the people that try to discredit Devin due to Kambosos' downfall after Devin beating
I
him?
love it. I love it because I tell Richard Hitchinson, watch out what you're saying, because Teofimo Lopez, another Brooklynite, another New Yorker, thought the same thing about a tough competitor and tough team in the Kambosos team, both Jim and George, who defeated a very tough and former champion in Mickey Bay, and also defeated a pretty good, decent fighter in Lee Selby. So going into it, along with defeating Teofimo Lopez and the other fighters that I mentioned, the only people to beat him is Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Now, it's easy to talk from the couch about what you're going to do. Yeah, you saw Devin beat him twice, and you saw Lomachenko, which is great company when you're a fighter like George Kambosos and your career is defined on the fighters that you fight, who you go after. A prideful family in the Kambososes and the team, you got to give them credit. You can't down them. You have to salute them, because I know what they're doing behind the scenes. And I'm telling Richard Hitchinson, hey, be careful. George ain't no easy chew. Hold on, let
For
me just
sure.
let this door. Hold on. Let me let
All
my
right.
kids in this door. Hold on.
We are live with Bill Haney. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Share the
Yeah.
show.
George Kambosos ain't just no easy chew. That's what Teofimo Lopez thought and went in there with the bullshit. That's why I told Richardson Hitchison, I said, look, all right, now you're doing all this talking. You better stay focused, man. Stay focused and go handle the business and then come back and do all the talking. No different than, should I call him a bum? Because he don't want to make the fight. He's ducking, he's hiding, he's playing. I'm talking about that team, that Garcia team over there. Are they bums? Because they haven't accomplished anything. You know what I mean? But talk. And then when it came down to it, I told the world, I said, man, the man was hot. I said he's not now. You know, he's on the hit list for the grudge match. He's on the hit list. He's still on the hit list, but he's way down the list. We may never fight him the way he's turning it down right now. And you're seeing Devin do what Devin does, is look for the best, most accomplished fighter next. Next, we got a hit list, man. I mean, and our hit list is real. And what are they going to say when he runs through that list?
Who's on the list?
Ness is deep. Woo! It's deep, Ness.
Give me
We
the
was just, I
names,
was just
man.
looking.
Name them
Ooh,
names.
Ness.
Name them names.
Ooh, ooh, Ness.
You going to your
It's
actual
so hot.
list?
Listen, well, listen. I got it.
He got it in
That's
the
what a hit list.
notes. I love Bill.
That's what
He got it in the
that's what a hit
notes.
list is, Ness. I
I,
hate to say it.
I
You know what I
love
mean?
it.
Yeah,
I
they
love
got it.
it.
You know, a name. You know what I mean? I said a list, Ness.
So
A
who
list.
on it and who first?
Well, I mean, they all the same. You know what I mean? I would do it in alphabetical order. You know what I mean? But it doesn't make a difference.
Alphabetical order. You want me to throw a question at you while you find a list?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so obviously you've said that Devin Haney dog walk, and I'm using quotes, dog walk Floyd in the 2017 sparring, making him retire from pro boxing. But Floyd got those 98 fight of the year and 07 fight of the year. Devin hasn't been able to get a fight of the year.
Well, I mean, if they let the outlets that are covering it and not being biased towards it, then we'll get some of these real accolades.
Which
But the
one do
one
you
thing
think was his
about
fight of the year?
the Loma fight was definitely a fight of the year.
Yeah,
Definitely,
but some people think
because
y'all
of
lost that fight.
well, listen,
Not me. You know I had it at least
but
8-4.
that's what makes it a classic, a great fight. You know what I mean? A great fight. Um, you can't take away the history of it in the sense of you have people that wanted him, you have people that on this side, you have suspense, you have drama, you have all those things leading up to it, and it delivered. It's still one of the fights that's continued to be talked about. So instead of me, I don't have to argue what happened. You know what I mean? We won. Um, but I will argue that it was a heck of a fight and a classic.
Okay.
You
I
know?
got some from the people here already. Salute Bill. What type of businesses are you and Devin invested in?
Um, we got a hit list right now, and let me get back to the hit list. uh, I mean, you got Teofimo Lopez on it because he's accelerated himself to the front of the list with antics that he has to answer for, and we've talked about Devin making him stand on it in the middle of the ring when he's answering to it.
So Tio's on the list. He's number one.
I won't say number one.
Oh, so
You
no,
know
the
what I
order
mean?
doesn't count.
I won't say number one, but I will say that that's who I know Devin is looking for right now. I know that who he's, you know what I mean? Of course, the I'll go all the way to down to number 10 on the list is Ryan Garcia, and he's fell all the way to 10 because of his performance of both inside and outside the ring. Inside the ring, he showed that what he did towards us. Outside the ring, now he's showing that what he doesn't want to do with us, and that's let Devin show that that was a fluke on the 20th of April. Now, that's one and that's 10. So we got 8 other guys mixed in there. Boots is in there on at some capacity. Connor Ben is in there. Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Richard Hitchinson. You got Mario Barrios. You got Brian Norman. How many is that, Ness? Because I don't
That's a
know if
lot.
I don't know if no team that came on and said that we have the equipment, we have the style, we have the fighter to give the excitement to boxing, and that's why it's Devin Haney versus everybody.
Speaking of Barrios, Bill, can you tell me where
Tell
Devin
me it was at
Haney's?
10, Ness. Tell me it
That's
was at 10 before
more than, I think it's more than 10. But
did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody's favorite fighter in there?
yeah, you didn't say Boots, right?
Do I have to say Boots again and that'll make it 11?
Oh, nah, so then you ain't missed nobody.
Okay. All right.
Damn. See, you got what I was saying?
Oh, Tank Davis. We missed Tank Davis. Huh?
Okay.
If ever he
Okay.
comes in or around and where they can make it happen. I guess everybody kind of knows and sees more in Devin now because you don't talk about it. They don't say what kind of fight it would be. They don't have their opinion like they used to have it about it because they see that Devin brings a lot more to the table.
I got some questions from the people. Next one is from DJ Double D that says Oscar was a 4-division world champ and pound for pound #1 by 26.
And Oscar had lost that by 26 too.
Okay, so the comparison is you got to be undefeated by 26 and what you've accomplished by that age.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. We got Darius Flowers, salute, Ness, TBV Community Dev, the GOAT, Bill, and the team, salute. So all love. MC3369,
Hold on,
Bill.
man.
What happened?
Hold on, man.
All right, all right. Live with Bill, get them questions lined up. And if you're watching this on X Spaces or YouTube, don't forget to hit the repost. If you're on X Live Video, hit that repost. If you haven't already shared the show, now is the time to do so. Perfect time to tell people we're live with Bill Haney. Let's see. He's busy, right? So should we slide in the caller? Whatever caller I go to gonna be tight because they like, oh, I wanted to talk to Bill. So we're gonna just buy some time while he gets ready. And I will make this live tweet, letting people know we are live with Bill. But don't forget to hit that thumbs up, repost, share. We trying to let the world know we live, man. We are working and trying to grow. Live on TBV Podcast. All right. Well, I don't even want to get to the super chats because I know those are for Bill too, man. So yeah, we'll just sit here. Someone asked me to compare Oscar and Devin by age 26 and their accomplishments. Oh, he's
Next. Yeah,
yes.
my bad, bro.
Nah, no worries. So,
I'm when Devin, listen, when Devin isn't, when you saw me with Richard Hitchinson, right? You saw me,
yeah,
and that went viral. I was actually at the gym with Sean and Bella as well. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So that's why I ended up saying, I was on vacation and doing my job that I love the best is being a dad, and that's what I'm running around right now because I got the kids. When Devin is not in camp, I mean it's full on blown daddy attention and daddy duties with my kids. With my
Nah, I
other kids, I
totally
should say.
understand, man.
Yeah.
I got MC that says, Bill, what's it like having to deal with the hate from so many people who have never accomplished anything in their own lives? Also appreciate you for always being willing to pull up. Respect emoji.
Now this is the entertainment business. This is not how they really feel. They're just clicking and bullshitting. Most of the time when I'm out, 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, it's all love. I get nothing but love, and appreciation. You know what I'm saying? So
I got Adrian $5. What other fighters were you offered? I guarantee you, Ramirez wasn't the toughest fight presented to you.
uh, I don't know. I'm not going back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going forward. I don't even remember what is before and all that. Let's talk about after. Let's talk about right now.
All right. I got Polo
I know
Buck.
George Kambosos. I know George Kambosos. It's crazy because when I looked over at his box rec and I said, wow, they're hating on that guy, and he's lost to two, elite fighters. Devin and Loma. He hasn't lost to anyone else. So it's a great fight
I mean,
for Richard Hitchinson.
I definitely thought he lost to Maxie Hughes, bruh. Like, that was some bullshit. Maxie won that fight to me. To me.
Um, you might say that he lost to Maxie Hughes. I would have to go back and watch it, Ness, to really just analyze it. But on paper, when you're looking at the thing and looking at him, he's definitely a great fight for Richard Hitchinson right now. You know what I mean? And he's
What
down in
what
it.
what do you
I don't know
predict
why he
that
would say
score to be? What do you think that scorecard's gonna look like for Hitchens? Is it an
it should be.
8-4 or
It should no.
9-3?
It should be wide. It should be, and that's what it should be. It should be wide, right? It should be what Hitchinson has to go and show us who he is. It's an opportunity for Richard Hitchinson to show us who he is, and it's an opportunity for George Kambosos to show us who Hitchinson is not. That's what that fight represents to me, per se.
I know
We
this
know
gonna
who we
sound
know
like
who
some
George
hating shit.
Kambosos is. Well, what I'm saying is we know who George Kambosos is. He's been in those fights. He's been there, and he's on a given night beat on a very elite fighter. He's made his way to the pound for pound list by beating a pound for pound fighter as well. So we need Hitchinson to show us who he is. And showing who he is would mean going in there and pitching a shutout on George or stopping him.
I know this might come off as some hater shit, but are you secretly rooting for George because it alleviates all the hatred that Devin receives? If
Oh
George,
no, 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 no.
I mean, if he
I'm
becomes a 2-division champion, George can't be denied, and then they
hey,
can't say shit
I
about
need
Dev no
everybody.
more.
I need everybody on that list winning and looking good, because that's the list for Devin, uh, spot on Mount Rushmore of boxing, on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Okay, so
So
I'm
you're
not
saying
pulling it.
you
I'm
you
not rooting
rather you
against it.
rather Hitchens get the win because that's who you want to fight in the future.
Well, I mean, Ryan didn't win, but he fell to the bottom, to the bottom of the list because he didn't want to fight. If he had fought, then it would have been enough in us by everything that had happened to still go out our way and fight him, right? Because we're accomplished, right? Given Ryan fighting Dev would give, and beating Dev clean gives him and his grandkids something to sit around and talk about that's in the history books that they can look. A lot of those other fights that he's had, although they paid well, but they won't live longer than the money will spend. So yeah, no, I mean Rolly Romero is on the list. You know what I mean?
But Rolly says he won't fight you guys.
Um, well,
I mean, he's been saying that
most
all
of the time,
build up. He didn't want to fight y'all.
yeah. Everybody on the hit list aren't the hitters. They're not hunting. They're being hunted. And when you're being hunted, it doesn't matter the money that a person got, and the cars, the belts. He's a hunter. He's coming to eat. He's coming to get you. And that's what Devin is. He stay on their bumper no matter what. He's been having money and having shit his whole life. That has never changed. When he said that the sheets and the stuff, he self-checked himself. That was a self-checking that he did to buckle down. And I told him then, I said, whenever they get through writing the narratives and playing with the play in the games, we know that the teams behind the scenes know that they fear Devin even more after the performance with Jose Ramirez.
All right, I got Polo Buck, $5. Bill, does a 4-division champ overshadow an undisputed champ? Asking for DJ Double D. Wink emoji.
Listen, when you make the history books and you're the youngest undisputed champion in boxing, right, in the four-belt era, it speaks for itself. Right now, we're speaking on accolades. We're speaking on things that Devin has done at 26. They just came out with the under 25 list, right? And it's for 1 year. It's the 1 year that Devin is not on the list because he's 26, right? But what I tripped on the under 25 is that, damn, those guys are really young. Like what Devin, like the guys that was young to us are the same age as Devin. I mean, none of them made the list. Keyshawn, Shushu, Richard Hitchinson, all those guys are new to the public. They're new to championships. They're new to big fights. They're new to arenas. They're new to the business. They're new to the jury. They're new to the Lambos and Ferraris, and they're new to that. That shit is old to Dev. Dev is a veteran. And there, he's on his second lap. And the hit list, we're not playing. We're serious about everything that we talk about. We've been pulling up on them since Robert Easton and Adrian Broner when they was champions. That's how young and how long Devin been doing it. And when I said the era, was that in Devin Haney's era of boxing, no longer the narrative was that you couldn't do it, that politics would stop you, that size of the street would stop you, that networks would stop you, because you have platforms like ThaBoxingvoice, and Ness will shout to the top of his lungs, I'm an independent. I'm an independent. And with platforms like this and the ability to have team members like I am to DHP and what I am to Devin is I come out and I bring out the stats. I bring out the facts. So when you're comparing a 26-year-old Devin and comparing a 26-year-old Floyd, there is no comparison. And that's what I told our guy Tip, who's famous for riding the narrative that Devin hasn't accomplished what he's accomplished. But the history books proves it, Ness. It speaks for itself. Everything else that I'm talking don't mean nothing. The history book says it.
You know, we forgot one stat, man. Devin Haney was named Sports Illustrated 2023 Fighter of the Year. Shout out to the community for sending me the article.
Shout out to Sports Illustrated. Shout out to Boxing Voice. Shout out to Aki TV. Shout out to 7-8 Sports. Shout out to True Media. Shout out to Champside. Shout out to 7-8 Sports. Shout out to VFTB. Shout out to all that are keeping boxing moving and grooving. Everybody that's covering it every day. Not the ones that come out once a month and then tell us who's popping and who's not popping. What about the guys that's covering it every day, man? Like a blanket. You dig?
Word.
But shout out to Sports Illustrated who do a wonderful job. But my job is not just with mainstream and saying that, okay, that's what they say. I mean, that's an opinion of a writer, an opinion of a team over there, and that's opinion of a team over there, an opinion of a team over there. And although that might be valid, that's not the end all to be all.
I got Lord Mac and Cheese with the fat $20. He said, what up, Bill? First, tell Dev and my guy Ringwalk I said, what up, too. The same hate y'all getting Floyd got. Y'all one of one. Y'all one of one of y'all bigger at supporters. Okay, I guess this means y'all one of one, and I'm one of your biggest supporters. Mac and Cheese, the dream.
Hey, anything it can happen in this boxing business, and thank you for supporting us. Never know where that relationship might end. When you talk about Ring Walk Danny, a guy who started right here on the Boxing Voice, encouraged by Nestor Gibbs to seek Devin Haney, and it looks like it's a marriage made in heaven. Because
That
Ring
is
Walk
so
Danny is
funny.
doing
It's
Ring Walk
true.
Danny is doing a tremendous job. He went from content creator, boxing analysis, to official, I want to call it chief of operations and boxing management, maybe. I don't know. But he's doing a hell of a job, man. Shout out to Ringwalk. A good
Shout
part
out.
and a reason why we had a great training camp and an excellent performance in Devin the Dream, ain't he?
Nah, I'm so happy for him, man. Shout out to you guys.
I am
That's
too. I am too.
amazing. We got Chico, $10. King counter for tip to KO Bill live. East Oakland nonsense. He talking like he gonna get a KO over Lobo. And then Chico says, Ness or someone text tip. I already did, champ. Dre Day, salute Bill. Will y'all ever get with ProBox or someone else to have independent DHP cards? I've been asking you to do that. Get
Yeah.
where the DHP
Well,
fighters at. That we need Shamar Canal on a ProBox.
well, I mean, I know that you have a blockbuster deal that's brewing that I heard rumblings about. Ness. Maybe
Whoa.
Shamar Canal is part of that situation that you got going down there.
Hey, yo. Oh. Shout out Bill,
Man, I
boy.
got
That
a
man, that man be on everything.
excuse me. Man, I got a cold. I'm just getting over a cold too,
I
Ness.
don't know. Do you use medicine? Because this really worked. My wife bought this for me. Mucinex DM.
Man, everyone is talking about that.
That shit did it in a
Wow.
day, bro. I took like maybe, because you can only take one every 12 hours. So I took maybe 3 of those pills and I'm good. I mean,
Mucinex. Okay.
I'm still not great, but I'm way better and I can breathe, which
Right.
is important.
Right.
I got Pristine Sports with the $2 hater chat. Let's be real. Kambosos lost every fight since Dev.
Lost every fight since Dev. What are we? I don't know. I don't know what that means. He
I
lost to
got.
Lomachenko. Let's bring on. Oh, hey, no other than Tone the superstar, just covering it just as you are. Tone, talk about it, man. I'm here.
What up, man? What up? What
Man,
up? Trill,
we doing
million,
we doing what the
billion
people
dollar
is requesting. We're doing what the people requesting, Tone. You didn't request it if you didn't put a bounty out on Mr. Lopez's head. And I mean, we got to go collect and bring the money back home. How we going to chop it up? We'll talk about it when we get there. Listen, we're going to talk about it, how we going to spend it, because we know one day we could be riding together, Tone, and the next day I'll be worried about you blowing my head off out in the backseat. But don't worry about it, Tone. Listen, where right now we're together on the narrative, and one narrative only is Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney in the ring next.
Yes. That's the biggest fight. That's one of the biggest fights in boxing right now. Devin the Dream Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. There's history there. There's a storyline there, and we need Devin to go ahead and defend the culture, man. Theo, respectfully, is a corny racist. He's a corny like it's not even good racism, it's corny racism. And we need Devin to put hands and feet on him, Bill. Hands and feet.
Yes. Well, and when we talk about what kind of racist he could be, right?
Right.
A racist in the sense of every time he wants to offend someone, he says something racist. If he wants to pull, our cords or get us riled up, he'll go into the racist bag and say something. We all have people, have known people to do that. You know what I'm saying? They know that
Right.
that's going to make us mad. Um, and for that alone, under that premise, and I think Punch Drunk, he knows how to do it too. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the shit. Now, I don't say that you're racist in the sense of you looking for a noose to put around a black person's neck.
Right.
But from the perspective of if we were joning or capping or something, you're gonna go in the racist bag first before I go in there. Before you,
Mm.
before Ness goes in that bag. When you're frustrated, you'll go in that bag before we will go in that bag. And for that alone, we're looking to cash up on that bounty on Mr. Lopez's head.
Yeah, we need that done. I'm hearing rumors that it might be done. Did Turkey slither over a contract? Or what's going on with that, man?
Hey, listen, only thing that I can say is that we've done everything and said everything that we need to say and do to make it happen. And, next you'll hear something from their team, hear something from Turkey or some kind of formal announcement, some kind of formal word back on it. I don't know. But we've made our point crystal clear to the boxing community and the world.
Yeah. What do you say to people that say that T.O. Boots is a bigger fight than Devin and T.O.? I think because respectfully, Devin is a star. We can't hate on it. Devin, he has more Instagram followers than T.O. and Boots combined. Like you said, Devin is a youngest undisputed champion at 140. He did everything. He does everything the right way. What do you say to people that say that the
Tone,
Boots Teo fight
Tone,
is bigger than?
let's just call it the way it is. Uh, I'm just as big as Boots. You know,
Mm,
uh, Devin is way bigger than me, and I'm as big as Boots, right? In terms of people knowing who you are, what you are, and I'm that way because of Devin. So to say that the fight isn't big, we know what the fight is big. The fight is big whether it's Boots and Devin or Teo and Devin. Devin is the guy that makes all of those fights bigger. I think everybody on that list, the entire 10 on the list that I gave, their biggest fights is with Devin Haney.
facts. Why do you think Tio is ducking Devin? Like he's been ducking Devin. Ness said the man turned down multiple $1 million deals and stuff like that. Why is Tio scared of Devin the Dream Haney? Why is he ducking this man?
Um, he's consistently shifted the goalposts or shifted the narrative. Before we were in the WBC tournament, he said that he had a shorter route or an easier route, and people didn't call him on it, right? So when he first did it, then he continued to do it, and then he went and fought George Kambosos instead of fighting Devin. He ran into some shit. He's continued to run, but like I say, Devin is more accomplished, and outside of the comments that he's made, he probably wouldn't be number one on the list. But he's accelerated himself. He's accelerated himself on the hit list based on how he's conducting himself as a champion.
Let me jump in here. I
So,
got Hook like Berlanga. Bill, he says, better than Mayweather, but having called out mini Floyd, boots Ennis, action speaks louder than words. Ennis will break Haney's other jaw. Facts.
yeah, well, I don't know nobody else daring to be great. I don't know nobody else mentioning his name. It's two guys that's mentioning Boots' name. Two teams I know. You got the Lopez's, you got the Haneys, respectfully. And Boots deserves that. He doesn't deserve someone to ignore the greatness that they're doing down there in Philadelphia. Everybody on Devin's hit list is quality, right? And that's just not in Devin Haney, in the Devin Haney era. It was no ducking, it was no faking, it was no trying to ignore. I mean, no, none of that. It's what it is, and this is why Devin is in the position that he's in. It's Devin Haney versus everybody.
But you've never received an offer for a fight versus Boots Ennis.
No.
And you guys are saying you're willing to consider an offer now to fight Boots for the lineal, IBF, and the WBA?
Of course, we'll give Boots an offer when the time comes for Devin to give him an offer to fight. Of course he will.
So you wouldn't accept an offer from them for a fight now? Like if the
Or
negotiations
accept an offer
fail
from who?
from Matchroom. I mean, they're in
No,
negotiations with Teo.
Turkey. No, Turkey is going to make it happen. Turkey is going to. I have faith in Turkey making it happen.
So you're saying the fight with Jaron and Haney will happen because Turkey's going to make it happen?
Well, I mean, that's who we're working with right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's no better person right now to work with other than Turkey and the Sela, in ring right now to make the biggest and the best fights happen. The narrative that there's no money in the fight, once I said Turkey and Sela and ring, now where the money is going to come from, how it's going to be distributed, whether or not we got it or not, that narrative is killed. That's dead. Whether or not the fight happens, it's not whether or not it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen.
So to be clear, you wouldn't entertain it if it was only a Eddie Hearn offer?
I don't necessarily say that I wouldn't entertain it, but I wouldn't believe it to be, I don't believe it to be possible without Turkey right now. I think that Turkey is the distributor for Matchroom right now in the biggest fights that they have on the table. Turkey is involved in it. So I think it's one and the same. You're asking the same question.
Well, I'm not, because in the Brian Norman boot situation, Eddie made it clear on interview that in order to give guys like Brian Norman the money they want, the fight has to happen in Philly. And that's why I'm being specific, because if an offer comes from Matchroom, it might mean Devin has to go to Philly to fight Boots, because that's how they can generate the money.
Right now, we're in a situation with Turkey and Sela and Ring, a commitment to fight the best fights, and an assurance that we're being backed in the most financially beneficial way for both sides, not just us, but the other champion. When you at 26 years old, when you've negotiated and been able to compensate 7 different guys 8 different times in the sense of George Kambosos twice, uh, you're into making sure that both sides is compensated, and I think that we now have that narrative is in full effect when you join forces with Turkey and Sela.
I got Z Pacino, $5. Salute to the Haneys. What's your response to people who say your style of coaching is holding back Devin's level of aggression to stop guys like Regis and Ramirez?
Um, I think what my level of coaching up to this point with Devin can be defined as winning.
I got.
Dale, did like well, one question. Did Ryan Garcia fumble the bag? Did he fumble the bag?
No, not at all. But he's running away from the bag. You know what I mean? Because the bag is still on the table. Turkey publicly, and I'm not speaking for him. I'm only speaking what I saw in public. And publicly, Turkey has still endorsed Ryan and said that he's going to still, work with him. And I think
Whoa. According to Michael Coppinger, Turkey said according to Dan Rayfield, Turkey said he's not interested in the fight at the moment.
Not interested in the fight or
At
not
the
interested in Ryan Garcia?
No, in the Haney rematch. Garcia.
Okay, that's two separate. Yeah, that's two separate things. He asked one question, was that I believe that based on what Turkey has said publicly is being vested in Ryan Garcia still. Now, and he's invested in Devin as well. The belief that Devin is ready for the fight, Turkey knows that. He knows that we're ready for it, physically and mentally. I think then it comes down to whether or not Ryan Garcia has conveyed the same message to Turkey about him being mentally and physically ready for it, and assured him that he's ready. And then in that instance, the fight is ready to happen. But I've heard that Ryan isn't ready. It's not that Turkey and Sela isn't ready to make it happen.
Do you think for the public to get behind that fight, because the streets are saying they don't want to see that fight anymore, do you think Ryan needs to get a win, like from somebody else?
Uh, I don't know what he should do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about what he should do. I'm just concerned about what we're doing. I mean, if 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 he never fights again, then it wouldn't make us no difference. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. He's not a champion. Um, you know, he didn't want to run it. He didn't want to run it back after he was found tested positive, hot for PEDs. He wasn't quick to run it back. He's not vocal. He's killing the promotion no different than he killed it before. So that's his way. You know.
Is Devin at peace with the situation? Like when he saw Rolly
absolutely.
beat. Okay.
Absolutely. Hold on 1 second again. You guys keep talking.
No, we got it. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the repost on X Spaces and X Live Video over on formerly known as Twitter. We live with Bill.
Yeah, man. They tried to get me from my Instagram this morning, big.
What you mean?
They tried to disable that joint. I had to talk to customer service, man.
But why?
I don't know. Somebody been reporting my Instagram. Somebody reporting it, man. Somebody reporting it.
That sucks.
I don't know, man. Somebody reported it. But did you see Ryan?
Yeah, replied to you yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. Damn, what Bill at in Brooklyn?
New York, big city of dreams.
Brooklyn, man. Nigga, they Instagram made, I don't know, man. They made me take a picture holding up a code. No, a video. And I had to email them a video of me holding up a code, man.
Yeah, they want to make sure it's you.
Nah, bro, they got to use that. That's AI, bro. They're creating a tone bot, bro. I'm telling you. They get niggas, man. Getting niggas. You can't mute his mic?
Yeah.
This just sound like we in a
Like we
sound
in
like
New
we
York.
wait,
Like we in New
yeah,
York.
waiting on a $40 holler. Damn.
Bruh. My Sharetta Metcalf interview keep getting messed up. She was late yesterday. Not late, but needed me to reschedule. Then this morning, she thought it was Central Time. So yesterday, when that happened, we had got a guest, and I couldn't get on. Now this morning, we got a guest, and I couldn't get her on. So hopefully, I can still interview her after this.
Yeah, man. Deeper, darker criminal link, man.
Oh, he's back.
Nah, man.
Bill, you back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead. I wanted him to keep elaborating on the question though. Is Devin Haney at peace? Is Devin Haney at peace with the Ryan Garcia situation?
He appears to be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
But you never know what a person is thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if know if he's seen Ryan Garcia and they don't have a fight scheduled, or Ryan is ducking the fight. You know how Devin would react. Every time we see him, we kind of turn up. We look at him different. You know what I'm saying? So, but ringside watching Ryan Garcia and what he looked like clean versus what we saw, yeah, we were at peace because we knew that Devin and Devin's Devin dictating that it's going to be a testing. The world got a chance to see Ryan Garcia based on Devin insisting that it would be VADA testing, and that Ryan wouldn't have the room, or he would have the microscope on him as far as doing anything to break the rules in terms of using any supplements or substances. I mean, it was so much attention on Ryan Garcia that he was too scared to do anything. You know what I mean? And that was enough for us sitting ringside. It was somewhat we were somewhat vindicated.
Pristine Sports says, y'all only fighting Shakur if Dev gets 75%. Ducked his mandatory. Has Dev ever gotten 75%? Things that make you go,
We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any of that with Turkey and with Sela right now. The biggest and the best fights are are happening, and the fighters are being compensated.
Lord Mac and Cheese, no Ness, and Bill, try oregano oil. That ish works. One day, knocks everything out fast and natural, effective. Amazon, 2 days. Swear the best thing ever. 2 drops under the tongue. Mark my words.
Hey, Ness, he's right, but it is so nasty, boy. No, for real. A different kind of nasty. Just, I don't know. And it's like, but it is good, though. It instantly kick in. Matter of fact, I got some upstairs. I'm gonna go take some. He's right.
Tevin Smith, shout out to Devin the Dream and Trill Bill Haney. Right back to where we started. Rolly, Ryan, Oscar, Tio are still saying everything but let's fight.
Absolutely. Hey, Ness, I got a couple of minutes. Do we have a couple callers? because I know
Oh,
you
you
can do
know it.
the
You
shot.
know it. You got your
All right, look.
nemesis here. Tip Ballas. Got to unmute Tip.
Yo,
Yo.
who's your favorite promoter? Who's
Bill,
your favorite manager?
Bill Haney.
God damn. William,
Tip,
what's going
don't
on,
come in
man?
here. Don't come in here. Tip, don't come in here tiptoeing. We got callers on the line. Now you come in here hot, and you better have a cue card because I don't want you to do none of that stuttering you was doing the last time. Now, are you ready to
Hey,
go?
man,
Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm ready to spar, man. I know what you
Well,
came in
what's
for,
taking you
man.
so
You know,
long?
I gave you a 10 count last time. Now you got to come back and redeem yourself. But you know what I'm
Oh
saying? Now
man, listen,
I,
listen.
I
Come
gotta,
on with it. Let me see. Jab, punch, do something. What's on your mind, Tip?
listen, now I gotta come at you, Ness and Tone. I gotta come at you, Ness and Tone. Cause y'all out here
Is
pushing
your
this
cover broke?
Teofimo fight.
Huh?
Why are y'all targeting this Teofimo fight? This Teofimo fight ain't for y'all, man. Bill, y'all gotta reset. Like,
Tip,
y'all keep chasing these big
Tip, you
fights,
need to,
but y'all ain't
hey
reset
Tip,
yet.
you need to work for Boots because I ain't heard Boots even say nothing, even mention T.O.'s name.
Hey, you right. But Boots ain't gotta mention T.O. name.
You right.
Boots ain't gotta
You right.
mention T.O. name.
So listen. So either you need to work for Boots, or you need to work for Tio, or you need to work at staying out our business because we didn't called out a guy that deserves to be called out. We didn't mention a guy that done said every wrong thing to say in boxing, in life,
You
period.
know, that's
That's
that's a
that's
part
what
of
we
the
looking
problem
for.
too.
But listen, let me
That's a
tell you
part
though,
of the
Tip,
problem too.
so
Cause
you
y'all keep calling
understand.
out
We
fighters.
didn't just start. It didn't just start the grudge match with Gordo right now. The guy that you talking about, we've been looking to fight him, Gordo, for a long time. I don't know what better time than the president, you dig? But if you want to keep running, right? If you want to keep running, then join the TO Protection Club. I don't know who you protecting him from, because I thought you was a Tank Davis fan. You see what I mean?
Uh,
So now you working double hard. You working at protecting Tank, and you working at protecting TO. Come on,
listen,
Tip.
I'm helping y'all. I'm helping y'all more than I'm helping
No, we don't
them.
need your help. No. You fired
Hey,
from helping us.
that that's
You are
cool.
officially fired from helping us. I don't know who hired you, but you can get your ass out of here. Listen, we want
Hey,
T.O. and we want him next. And you won't be in front of it. You won't stand in front of it,
yeah,
right, Tip? Because we're going to run through you to get to him. You and everybody else. You and every
y'all
other
want
distraction.
T.O. Y'all want T.O. and y'all not gonna capture or galvanize the crowd that you looking for. Y'all gonna fail in every aspect. Y'all
Listen,
see the problem is,
one more champion to the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Now let me tell you, that's 7. If we go get 8 by the time Devin is 26, can you give me a comparison to what does that do to the comparisons between Devin Haney and Floyd Mayweather at 26 years old? Tip.
listen, I ain't worried about none of that, Bill. I ain't worried
I
about none
know
of that right
you
now.
listen.
My
You respond.
my
No. Don't start listen. Don't say listen. Now, if you're listening, I need a response.
all right, recite the question. Recite the question.
Oh man, come on, man. I'm gonna say
Good.
it to you in
Good.
another language if you want
Good.
me to say it to you in another language. I said that Devin is going after a lineal champ, right? A ring champ,
Uh-huh.
a champ of everything that you want to say TO is, right? Now Devin is going after him after the 7 champions at 26 years old. Now I'm saying is, what is that gonna do to the comparison of Floyd Mayweather and Devin the Dream Haney? What does that do for your comparison? Now, does that put some more distance at 26 years old from Devin and Floyd? Would that put some more
For
distance
sure.
between them?
For sure. But you know what I'm saying? It doesn't put Devin. It doesn't put Devin over the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like it still doesn't give
No.
Devin.
You didn't say
It
shit.
still doesn't.
You didn't
It
say
still
shit just
doesn't
then.
take
Ness,
Devin to
Ness,
stardom,
I
man.
need a
It
referee.
still
I
doesn't
need a
take Devin to
referee.
stardom.
Okay, Ness. Hold up. This is not Tip. This is an imposter of Tip because he don't have the energy that Tip had yesterday. Ness, can we do a Tip check?
Look,
Is this Tip?
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it cool, calm, and collect. I'm sparing you today,
Oh
Bill.
man,
Like I
listen,
said,
I thought you was
I'm
gonna
here
keep
to
it
help
tip.
y'all.
Now you
I'm
keeping
here
it
to help
cool.
y'all.
I'm not here to
I'm
talk to
here to
cool,
help
calm,
y'all.
or collected. I don't have time. I'm here to talk to Tip, and Tip is
Damn.
absent right now.
Come on, Tip. Come on, Tip. Tip, what's the bigger
Where
fight?
is the
Come on,
energy, man? We could move
keep
on
it
Man,
if it's
real.
listen,
gonna be like
Yeah,
this.
please
listen,
move
man.
on and give Tip
What do you
a
mean?
break. Hey Tip, go do some tip drills. Come on back, you did, and we're gonna move on to
I know
another caller
somebody who
because
gonna
we
talk.
want smoke.
I know somebody
You
who
know?
gonna talk. All right,
Yeah,
Tip,
well, come on,
we
bring
get
him on,
back to
because
you,
that's
man.
all it is on the
Cause
boxing voice is smoke.
believe
And
Line 6 didn't like that you said you want to fight Boots.
What the hell?
Line 6.
Damn, man.
Oh
Tip got put
man.
out the paint, man.
Jump out, champ.
before any of the fans, I love you guys to death, but your favorite fighter in your camp, you will not name 10 fighters on your favorite fighters hit list. You dig? Yeah. Before you come on, when you come on here and talk, and if you're mad that your fighter is on the hit list, on Devin's list, then ask yourself, why are you following your favorite fighter if they don't have 10 names that they have, that they're going after, that they're doing business with, that they're promoting belt to ass, that they're promoting them and saying belt to ass, belt to ass, belt to ass.
Line 6.
Bill, tell these niggas cut the ring off, man. If y'all don't want this nigga moving, cut the motherfucking ring off, nigga.
Yeah,
Niggas is
like
crying.
Tone said it best, cut the ring off or cut the TV off. Yeah, because your favorite fighter can't do it.
Cut the ring off.
Hey, I got Goat. What up? Lil Rose the Goat. All right. Mozzie. Mozzie.
Yo, yo,
We hear you.
how my audio?
Straight.
Word, what's the word? Bill, assalamu
Hey,
alaikum,
hey,
brother.
hey, walaikum salam, King.
What's going on,
Got a
Naki?
slight cold.
Yo, man, Tip is a funny dude, man. Gotta love him, man. Gotta love him, man. Gotta love what he do for the show, man. But yo, I know a lot of people hating on the comparisons and stuff, and you putting Devin's name next to Floyd, but I gotta say, man, I gotta agree with what you're doing. I mean, they do it in every other sport. You know what I mean? The young greats that's coming up, they always compare themselves and put their name next to the greats that done it before them. So I don't see nothing wrong with, you know what I mean, what y'all doing with Devin and what y'all doing with his career. Um, I admire
Yes,
it
sir.
actually. You know what I mean? And me being the father, you know what I mean, I'm taking note. I just want to say that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, King. Salam alaikum.
Yeah, but Alaikum salam, rahmatullah, barakatuh. But yeah,
Rahmatullah
man,
wa
yo,
barakatuh.
y'all really pushing for the Tio fight because that's the fight that I want. I mean, people sit here and they try to draw lines and they say who the man is and you know what I mean and how they figure like you know people don't need the accolades or whatever the case may be to be considered the man. But I'm one of the people that feel like, you know what I mean, you gotta play the game for them trophies. You know what I mean? That's what you do it for, to hang them trophies up on the wall. And Teo got a lot of trophies, and Haney got a lot of trophies. So I feel like they are the two best within that weight. So I mean, I really want to see that fight next. Is that next, or is we gonna have to wait for that, man? Give us the drop. Like, what's really going on with that?
Well, that's what I'm saying is we interested in scalps. We want scalps, and scalps that mean something. You know what I mean?
Right,
You got to mean something.
right,
You know what I mean? And that's a big scalp that means something, right? For the culture, for the history books. You can't take you can't take him out the history books. You know what I mean? And
right.
I don't diminish that. I don't play with that. You know what I mean? And you also can't take back the history that we have between us. It being the ultimate grudge match, you know. I think that what Tip, the protection that they've been trying to do with him, you know what I mean? They protect him, and you know what? They protect him because they know what that means to Tank Davis, who also
Right.
these are fighters that should be on Tank Davis' resume. You know what I mean? And but we know who Devin is. We know that Devin right now, he don't need none of them. All of them need Devin.
Bill, what do you say? What do you say that because I believe Gervonta Tank Davis ducked y'all as well. If he was willing to fight 195 Jake Paul, why wouldn't he fight Devin Haney at 140 or even Devin Haney at 147? That's a duck in 4K.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he ducked out on his position, right? More importantly, we know how heavy is the head that wears that crown. You know what I mean? And he ducked out on that position that, all of the guys that ride him and ride his power and ride the story and the storyline and, they know who they are. You know what I mean? They're not riding they're not riding the horse that they would like to ride. The horse that they would like to ride would like to be able to do things that he's not doing. And that's pulling up on the best competition, pulling up on the most accomplished people, pulling up on the fighters that they believe him to be. And he's not doing that. You know?
I got a few more, Bill. We got Adrian, $2. Would you guys be on the undercard of Nello Bud?
We don't care where we are in this quest for the Mount Rushmore of boxing. What we doing, we got a plan. You know what I mean? And like I said, the plan is that one day we sit down with the grandbabies, my grandbabies, Devin's grandbabies, great grandbabies, and tell the story and what a wonderful ride it will be.
CYP, you got a king counter, and Mr. Quick says, hold on, Tip playing. Superb chess. He trying to secure the elite Haney spawn before the Lobos fight. Hey, ain't nobody got, I got a few callers now. I was about to say, ain't nobody got no smoke for you, Bill. Stock Chasers, what up?
Yo, Ness, what's good? Two-Tone, what up? Bill, what's
You
good?
live
What
with
up, though?
Bill.
Yo, Bill, listen, man. I had to defend Haney yesterday because I don't understand all this hate. The hate is crazy. I think there's father issues going on the chat. But check this out, brother. Um, let's say, for example, I got one question for you. If Boots moves up to 154, I think Devin can undispute. Is that what you guys trying to do? Let the chat know what's up.
Um, I did. I let them know a whole lot when I named the names that I named today. You know what I'm saying? I named the champions in that division. If the one thing about me is that those names, those frames, those guys, they don't never get away. You know what I'm saying? It's always an opportunity for them to get together and make the fights happen. Looking at that list, it's realistic. It's not unrealistic. That at some point in time, you know what I mean, he is in the ring with everybody that I said.
Hey, listen, Bill, I want you and Devin to get after it. And I'm definitely looking forward to that Brian Norman Jr. fight. I think Devin can handle it.
Absolutely.
All right.
You be easy, bro. You be easy.
Peace.
Pillow,
Peace.
Sacramento.
Macamento.
No,
You
Sacramento.
got me?
We got Pillow. Laugh out loud,
Yeah.
Pillow in
What I?
Sacramento.
Well, yeah. See. But I said Macamento. But you don't know
Yeah.
sometimes the
Sacramento.
real players
You
in
know,
Sacramento.
we we
Macamento,
we
man.
we out in Sacramento, but we from Phoenix, man. Phoenix on the
Oh,
map
okay.
every time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Hey,
yeah, Sacramento, Cali, y'all all right,
Yeah.
but Phoenix is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Shout out Phoenix.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
is that where
You.
Benavidez is from? Is that where
Yes, sir.
Benavidez
Yeah,
is
that's what.
from?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we beats it up. We beats it up down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We like
I
fuck
heard.
people up. You know.
Big
No, I heard.
Maryville, you
But
can
let
say.
me tell
Big
you this,
I
Bill.
heard.
Maryville.
Let
I
me tell
fuck
you
with
this, Bill.
Benavidez.
I'm on your side. I show love, but that list is full of shit. I don't know if you just came up with that like before you was on the toilet, then you got on the show, then you just came up with
What
that list,
what
but
list? What makes it full of shit, King?
because it's like some fight night shit. Like, this is reality. You can't just be like you naming people from all different weight classes above you that's gonna probably be
No, no,
moved up
no,
by
no, no, no,
then.
no, 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 no. Just like Phoenix, just like the niggas in Phoenix, just like Benavidez. When Benavidez put you on the list, you on the list. You see what I mean? It don't matter. You can't. You can balloon up. You can shrink down. You can do whatever. When you're on that list, you know you're on that list.
But you're not gonna get to them people on that list, Bill. We just heard
You said
about
who?
Boots talking about
Listen. Let me tell you. If I just told you that Devin has fought 7 champions by the time he's 26, who on that list that you think that is unrealistic? Tell me your name that's unrealistic.
Boots, Boots, Boots.
Well, what makes Boots
Unrealistic.
unrealistic? What makes him unrealistic?
He was just I just seen some shit on the internet about Boots potentially looking at Canelo, uh, looking
Oh,
at Virgil.
oh,
We all know Boots is looking to 154. And to be honest, in terms of a fighter, you don't want that smoke with Boots. Like, it's just not a good fight
mhm.
for Haney to take. It's just
Okay,
not.
okay, okay, and that's great. I got a great. So I got a Boots fan, right? You're a Boots fan out of Phoenix. Great, thank you, caller. Um, can you name me 10 Boots opponents? Name me 10 fights for Boots right now.
Without boxing rec, I can't do it. I'm at work, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
I
no,
can't
no,
do it.
no, no, no,
You
no.
got me.
You can
You
take
got
your
me.
time. I'll give you 10 minutes and we're going to pay for the call. If it takes you 10 minutes, give me 10 opponents. He's what you say he is. You're his fan and all that. Name 10 guys for him.
I'm going on boxing rec. You don't mind that?
You got to pull up box rec or you going to pull up history. You going to pull up the guys that you know, the biggest fights. You got to go to box rec to pull up 10 fights for Boots?
He's just getting started though. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
He's now he's fighting champions and shit. Now he's entering that legacy era.
Hey
You know
man,
what I
you're
mean?
not. Listen, you're worse than Tip because you're saying something and not even saying nothing. I asked you to name 10 guys. If I just said that it was unrealistic, then you name me 10 guys that are realistic for Boots.
That's the thing, Bill. You can't. You're just trying to attach your name to Boots right now because it's hot, and you think that
I
that
listen.
shows like it's a
I don't.
challenge
I
to
listen.
Haney.
I don't listen. I listen. I don't have to attach my name. I'm doing a favor for boxing, right? By reporting and the box community by reporting what's on Devin's mind and his quest and our team for boxing legacy, boxing supremacy, the Mount Rushmore of boxing. I can just say to you, Floyd Mayweather at 26 to show you that what what kind of company Devin is. We don't need no one for clout. I don't need Boots for clout. So you're gonna come on here and say that I need Boots for clout? One thing that I'm gonna ask you once again is name 5 different fights for Boots then.
Devin bigger
I
than
don't even
Boots,
think
man.
No, no, don't tell
Devin
him that.
can't
I'm not
beat
gonna go on that.
Stanionis.
We're not going. I'm listen. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna diminish what what they've what they're doing. Right? I just said 5 fights that you see Boots in.
Devin can't beat Stanionis. Devin would struggle with
Oh,
Kerry.
back to
You
Devin.
know what I'm
Devin,
saying?
Devin, Devin. You're listen,
Because they
listen.
bigger.
I just you
Because of
said
the size difference, Bill. You
listen. I'm
you going
okay.
at somebody.
I asked you
Okay.
when you talk about daring to be great. It's okay for you to say that Boots can go up and fight Canelo to be great, but you can't say that it's okay for Devin to fight Boots. You are a hypocrite. You are disillusional. You are from Phoenix, and you are not representing what Benavidez and that team represents. I know the dad and I know Benavidez. And this sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
I just
You are
think it's that
disassociating.
list is
You are
some
trying to
finite shit.
disassociate Devin and Boots. That's fine. If you
You
disassociate
don't need to
Dev from
go there
Boots,
with Boots.
okay, so who is Boots
Just
gonna go
stop.
there with?
Just give up that avenue. You got other
Who?
kitchens. You got
Okay,
great
so
people
who is
that you can
Boots?
focus on.
So who is Boots gonna go there with?
Boots ain't
He
fought
gonna take care
nobody
of the
like
people
If
Lomachenko.
on
we
your
don't,
Y'all
list.
niggas.
if a Devin Haney don't give him an opportunity, right? If Devin Haney don't give him an opportunity, right? While Devin is daring to be great, Boots is daring to be great, right? If it's not that, then you name me 5 fights for Boots, then, sir.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Oh man, come
Honest,
on, man.
honest,
Now,
Let's
can
get
honest
to
I?
reserve.
Well,
somebody
listen.
else,
You
Let
asked
me
me
Bill.
a
ask
We
you a
got
question.
more
question. Let me
I'm
people. We
asking
got
you a
more
question.
people, Bill.
one question, Bill. One
I'm
question,
saying this.
Bill.
I asked him.
Honest.
No, wait.
Before I get
If
out of
it's all
here,
fairness, I've answered your question. Can you answer one question of mine? You couldn't do the 10.
I just
Can
want
you
you
do
to
5?
answer your question. But
Huh?
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a real serious question
I'm
before I get
asking.
back to
No, I'm
work.
not gonna. No. I'm not
We gonna
asking.
get to
I'm not
somebody
answering
else,
any
Bill,
more
before you
questions.
run out of time.
Oh no. I'm gonna talk, but I'm saying is I have to. Is I will answer another question, but first you have to answer my question. Can you name 5?
Nah, I got rid of him, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Line 6, what up? Line 6.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
We hear you.
Hey, first off, before I say anything, Bill, I just want to say I admire you as a fellow black father. I think you do a wonderful job. But when you start talking spicy about Boots or putting your son's name or anybody's name in that matter in the same category as Boots, the fact that you can even say Boots' name, you should feel honored. I mean, Bill, real talk, seriously. Like, when you watch
Okay.
Boots
So
in your heart,
Line
when you
6,
watch Boots,
close your
don't you
door.
just
Close
wish
your
to
door,
yourself
line
that
6. Close your
you could
door.
have created something as great as Bozy created?
I
I mean,
I
we've never
asked
seen
him.
nothing
I
like
asked him.
that.
I know.
Reflexes and
I know.
ability like
I
Roy,
think.
defense like Floyd. I mean, your
Okay.
son and Jaden's great, but you love your son, obviously. Why would you want to put him in a situation like that against somebody so physically superior? I mean, the man was built in a boxing lab. Like, Bill, my God, I just can't believe that you would speak such
Out
blasphemy.
of out
Like,
of respect.
personally,
Out of respect.
personally, Bill, if I was you, I would keep my son away from Boots because Boots is running on
I think
types of
he.
steroids times
If you want to
20.
talk, if
We
you want
can't
to
we
make
can't deal with
statements,
that. That's just as
so I'll
bad
let the
audio.
no, so I'll let the callers know. If you want to talk to Bill Haney on the Boxing Voice, come on and let's talk. If you want to give statements that Bill Haney should hear without rebuttal, then send a super chat and Ness will say no, Ness will say it to me and I'll listen to it in a super chat if you just want me to listen. But if you want to have the opportunity to call right now on the Boxing Voice and talk directly to Bill Haney, and you'll get a chance to hear how he feels about your statement. Right now, callers, who's the next caller?
SDX Renzi, what up? And have good audio, man.
You know me, Ness. I'm rolling, but I hope my audio good.
So
Shout
far,
out
so
TBV,
good.
man. Shout out TBX. Um, just on this topic, how you doing, Bill? Shout out to you and your son, man. We had previous conversations before, and like I said, at one point, you and Dev made me a believer of the legacy path. So I am a Tank Davis fan. You know we all about the money. So we in two separate lanes, and I became a fan of Dev because you was chasing legacy. But somewhere after the string of fighters, of champions after champions, I feel like y'all jumped on the money train with Ryan, and y'all fumbled that shit. So for me, right now, I feel like the only name me to regain that love that I had as a legacy fighter that Dev sold me. I'm like, I just need to see y'all get that Ryan back in blood because I feel like that was a fight that y'all never needed. The list that you have now was a better list than I feel like Ryan shouldn't even been a topic with that list you got right now. I feel like if you would have stick to that list, we wouldn't have no doubt in our mind about who Dev is, that the fans wouldn't be able to question it. he would have stuck to doing what Dev was, the legacy fighter, the young champion that doesn't fight anything for but champions. He would have continued to pave the way for what you guys were selling us. But at the moment, I feel like you guys jumped off that path to chase a bag or chase a money fight. It's like that shit tainted me. And to not hear that Ryan should be the only before we think about any other champion, we gotta fix the money fumble. The money bag that
Okay.
was fumbled, Dev got to get in
Okay.
there
Let
and
me.
show
Let me.
us no eye strain, no caffeine, no
Okay.
whatever. He need to goddamn show us that he can beat that man ass and get back to the original mission that you sold me on, which was the
Okay.
legacy. And like I said, I'm not here to hate. I love what you
Well,
guys
don't
doing,
say.
but
Well,
like
don't say it
that's what
again.
rubbed
For
me the wrong way.
let me stop you before you have to say it again for the third time, and let me baptize you back into the Devin Haney family. It's Devin Haney versus everybody, anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. That's what it is.
All right. So I like I said, I need that Ryan smoke back, man, because I feel like even in that fight, well, we got Ryan and Dev both looked like shit that night, and I feel like if Dev was in there with Rolly, we might have got a different
Let me.
scenario.
Okay, but let me
If
tell
you
you this.
switch
Let me
them
tell you this
fighters,
though.
if Ramirez went in there with Ryan and we put
Mhm.
Dev in there with Rolly, we probably would
Yeah.
have got the same
Okay.
shit show that we got, and we'll be having a similar conversation to what
Okay.
we
But
having
let me tell you this though.
now.
But let me tell you this though. It's with Devin Haney versus everybody. You will not leave Devin Haney in a shit show with an unprofessional guy like Ryan Garcia. If every time that he's going to get to Devin Haney, he's going to get nervous, he's going to do everything that's not within being a professional fighter and promoting an event, right? Every time when it gets to Devin, right, then he's not doing the media. He's tripping out. He's doing everything but promoting himself as a clean fighter, ready to fight, ready to get back in. He said he was a focused fighter. He said that he was clean. He went in there, got knocked down by Rolly, and then went missing again. You see what I mean? Right?
Look,
So,
I feel that. I
uh,
feel that. But Bill could I ask in
right,
the
right, right,
same
right.
way
So we're
with
not gonna
all the
wait. No, no,
tripping
no,
out
no, no.
that he
Wait, wait,
did
wait.
in the
I'm not
damn
gonna. No,
fight? I
no.
feel
Let
like
me
he
tell you.
going
You've already
solely.
got a chance to say what you're gonna say. I'm gonna tell you this. Devin Haney and the Devin Haney train ain't waiting for nobody. It's Devin Haney versus everybody, and it's somebody else that's ready, willing, and able next for us to get that scout. You know what I mean? Period.
Tio, stop ducking, man. Stop.
Tip Bellis.
Yeah, man. See. I tried to take a round off on the nigga, but you know what I'm saying. He just want to keep fighting back. You know what I'm saying. So listen, man. Bill, Bill, the Devin Haney train ain't waiting on nobody. But yeah, here it is. Once again, you on here talking about you got a list. You're not waiting on anybody, but you got a list. Like, come on, man. This
Uh,
is the shit I be talking about. This the shit
Listen.
I be talking
No,
about.
no, 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 no. That's the difference
This is the
between
exact shit I be talking about.
you. Listen,
You
that's
you
between
out
that.
here.
That's the difference
The
between
problem
you
is,
and Tank Davis' team. You know what your list is. Y'all getting the list together as you can manipulate the people. You getting the list
hey,
together as
hey,
you can figure it out. You dig? Because
hey, man.
when y'all came with a list, who did you fight on the list? When on Tank Davis' list team, who did he send an offer to on the list?
Hey, Bill, I got a
No,
question. How
no,
you know
Bill,
I'm a
Bill,
Tank
Bill, Bill,
fan?
Bill, Bill,
See,
Bill, Bill.
y'all
You
moving
came back.
nasty over
You
there.
listen.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. I'm
You
spawning
have
three
some
niggas today.
sadistic way
I'm
that you
spawning three
love to
niggas
get beat
today.
on
But I
by
ain't.
Bill Haney. Listen,
Bill, ask
this is
Tip.
worse than the.
I'm
Ask
This
here
is
Tip.
for the
worse. Listen,
smoke, man.
no, no,
Bill,
no.
ask Tip.
You worse than anything else because you
Bill.
in your sadistic way you
Bill,
want to
ask
be beat
Tip.
on.
Does he want Tank to fight Shakur after Lamont Roach? Ask Tip. Ask.
Tip ain't gonna
No,
answer no question about
you ain't
no
gotta
whether
ask
or
me
not
nothing,
Tank.
man.
Listen,
You ain't gotta
no, no,
ask
no,
me
no,
nothing.
no, no.
You ain't
Listen,
gotta
let
ask
me
me
ask.
nothing. Ask Bill.
No, no.
Ask
Tip,
Bill.
hey Tip. Did Tank fight anybody on his hit list?
Yeah, we got a couple names off that list.
I knew you
No,
was
you.
gonna
We
start
got a
that
couple
yabba
names off
dabba
that
doing
list.
stuttering and
We got
shit.
a couple
Huh?
names off that list.
Who?
We scratched a couple names off.
Who?
Frank was on that list. Frank was on that
No, he
list.
wasn't. No, he wasn't, bro.
Frank was
Frank.
on that list.
Man, Frank, why would you put Frank on the list and he's not a champion? What kind of list is
I,
that?
Hey,
I mean, we
Bill.
had
Hey, Bill, I hate to take the attention away, but since he on the line, I just need you to give him some training.
you.
Look at this right uppercut. I just don't want him to
Diabolical.
get stopped. You feel
Hey,
me?
Tone,
Look,
Tone.
Oh,
Oh my, I
this
love
look
this.
at the
I
right
love this.
uppercut. Look at that double
Uh
right.
oh. Uh
Ain't
oh.
that scooping water,
You doing?
Bill? I don't want him to
Hey,
They
get.
trying
listen.
to jump me
I don't want
today.
him to get hooked
this
Oh,
with the left
they
Look.
hook
trying to jump
while
me
he's
today.
scooping water. Cause he's scooping
Hey,
water, so I ain't want
hey,
that.
hey.
You the trainer of the
Yeah.
year. Can you give him some pointer? Can you teach him some
Yeah.
moves?
Listen, he's a better
Boy,
fighter
you
than
gonna
he
be
is
one.
a caller right now because his calling is even worse. The call in is even worse than his fighting. I see him trying in there. He don't even seem like he trying with me because I'm going to ask him again. What names on the Tank Davis hit list? Or I'm saying this, do you have a hit list for your favorite fighter?
No,
And
no, 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 no. I
has
should
he,
be
wait,
doing the.
wait,
I should be
has he,
asking the
no,
questions.
wait a minute.
You,
Has
I should
he,
be asking the questions. You know what I'm saying? Why can't y'all? Why can't y'all make yourself the big
huh?
name fighter? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all chasing the fights? That's the real question. Why y'all chase?
No,
Why does
no,
Devin
no, no,
Haney?
no,
Why does
no,
Devin
no, no.
Haney and Bill
I
Haney
told
have
you
a
a hit
problem
list.
of
You
making
came on and
themselves
you had
the
a
big
problem,
fight?
and I asked
Oh,
you, why
maybe
wouldn't
it's
you
because
support? Hold on, Ness. I gotta come back and come in.
Come on, Tip. You losing today. We gotta get somebody else on.
no. Y'all trying to jump me today. That's what y'all said.
Hey
Y'all try
man,
to set me up. See,
I,
and
I'm I'm
I
promoting you.
knew,
I'm promoting you.
I knew.
I'm promoting
I
you.
knew when
You know
I
how
knew when
many
Bill
people
jumped on. Something said, "Tip,
listen,
just
listen,
post it out. Just post
listen.
it out."
You know how many people gonna tune into this interview and see that part of you? I did that for you, man. You can't pay for this type of promotion.
Hey, hey, listen. Tip don't want to say shit. Tip got Devin in his name more than he got his favorite fighter in his mouth. He got more shit. He want to come help us. He want to join us. He want to do everything. He got every suggestion, but his favorite fighter, he don't even want him to fight Shakur. He won't even mention Shakur. When Tone
Yeah,
said Shakur, he wouldn't even say Shakur.
man.
damn,
Who is Shakur, man? Who is Shakur to mention?
You
Who
know
is
who
Shakur? First of
Shakur
all,
is, man.
hold on. Y'all found a way out of the Shakur fight.
Hey,
Y'all found a
listen,
way out of
bro,
the Shakur fight.
bro,
Y'all gave that
listen,
boy a
bro,
bullshit offer. Y'all
bro.
had to fight
Shakur,
before
listen,
us.
listen.
So let's stop playing these games.
Shakur is on our hit list, past, present,
Man,
and
everybody
future.
on your
You
hit
dig?
list. I ain't hear
Yeah,
Gary's
past,
name on that
present,
hit
future.
list.
Now, okay,
You
all
ain't
right.
say
Well,
Gary's name. You ain't put
hey
Gary's
Tip,
name on that hit list.
who's
Why
on
Gary
Tip,
name ain't on
Tip,
the
you
hit
can't,
list?
who's on
You
Tank
mentioned
Davis hit
like I
list?
said, you mentioned everybody but Gary. Gary ain't on the hit
Who?
list.
No,
The
listen,
fights you
you
need.
can't, listen,
Why Subriel?
you
Why
can't,
Subriel?
listen.
What's my boy name? Alberto Pollo ain't on that hit list. See,
Okay,
that's y'all
listen,
problem, man.
how about,
Y'all
how
niggas ain't
about,
fighting the
how about
fights.
this?
Y'all not
How
fighting the
about this?
fights. Y'all sitting here
How
trying to
about this?
chase shit
How
that you
about this,
can't
man?
get because you not fighting the fights.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then. Is your favorite fighter going to fight any of them? I'm talking about anybody. Who is your favorite fighter going to fight?
Dev my favorite fighter.
You're lying. Now you're lying.
Dev my
Now
favorite
you're
fighter.
lying. Now you're lying.
No, man, I'm
Tip,
telling you
why
right
Okay.
you?
here.
So all
Loud
right.
and
So
clear.
if that
Devin Haney my
so if
favorite
Dev your
fighter.
favorite
Gary
fighter, who you
Russell,
want to get?
Gary Antoine
Is,
Russell is his favorite fighter.
is Devin Haney
Keep
gonna
Okay.
fight those guys? Is my favorite fighter gonna fight those guys, Bill?
Absolutely.
Man,
Hey, a Keith Thurman
that's full
fight's
of
a big
shit.
fight.
All right, Tip. We gotta get to some other people. You gotta give them time.
Well, Tip, you didn't do no better, Tip. You did not do no
Quan,
better.
what up?
Yo, you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. What up, Bill? What up, Tone? What
What
up,
up,
man?
though?
But
Hey, man. Hey, I'm just gonna call it like I've been supporting since day one, and like the hit list is a prime example of what made me a fan of y'all. You feel me? When you came into boxing, y'all was calling up all the big dogs. Y'all was calling out Robert Eastern. Y'all was sending out contracts to Gary Russell. I mean, y'all was calling out everybody, and then I always notice they always move the goalposts. It's always an excuse of why they don't want to fight or why y'all should be doing something. So it's like the fact that you already got the comparison with the champions and stuff, and you still calling out champions, and you getting hate. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. So it's like, I want to ask you, how do you deal with all of the hate, and how do you how you able to separate the hate from the real criticism?
Great.
You
We
know,
just we get them one day at a time. You got to work for them. You got them haters is hard, but when you get them over there, like you got Tone, the superstar right now, you want to keep him there. You want to keep him with us. You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep going. Tone, right, Tone?
Facts. Facts.
Facts.
Gotta
See,
cook. Where
because
Tio at?
listen, I'm still checking in with Ness. Ness is one of the key members and matchmakers in the Devin Haney thing. You don't think if somebody called Ness right now with some smoke, he not gonna call me? You think that? Everybody don't you think really and truly I can sit on here and talk this long and Ness is tapped in with everybody. Everybody would love to come on here on the Boxing Voice and shout to the top of your lungs in New York City what a wonderful fighter that you represent.
hey man, shout out to you, Bill. You know,
Yeah,
you following, and hey, as a Border Wars fighter, you know what I'm saying. Hey, we looking up to you. Hey, I see that you ain't did nothing but took the game and rewritten it your own way, and I'm gonna try to do that myself with my boxing game, and
yeah,
just keep going, brother.
appreciate you though. Yeah, no, it's one at a time, and that's the thing about you love about boxing. You still have the opportunity to win over fans that 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 doubt you. You know what I mean? Fans that want to see it, fans that want to be involved. They want you. They become critics, and then they become fans. But you got to just stay down.
All
Watch when
right,
this shit is
last
over with.
caller,
Mark my
Bill.
words. Mark my words, and then I'm gonna go next. Mark my words. Devin will prove that he is the best fighter of this era. He is the best fighter, and it's the Devin Haney era, and he's gonna show you. He's gonna show you day by day, fight by fight, man. We own it, man.
Dom is on you. Dom,
I got one. I got
box
time for
office,
one
you
more
got to
caller too.
unmute.
Now,
You there? Oh, man. All right, well, that looks like it, man. That looks like
oh,
it.
we ran through him though. Okay,
Yeah.
like a hot knife runs through butter. Like a hot knife runs through butter when you got and you represent Devin the Dream Haney live on the Boxing Voice. I mean, we came and we did it.
I
And if
got
listen,
one for
and
you
if
here in the
you
super chat. Big Boss says,
okay,
Ness asks Bill who he has winning in the Brian Norman Jr. Sasaki fight, and would they fight would they fight Schofield Jr. or be
no,
concerned of him faking
no,
his
no, no,
death?
no. No, what? Faking is what? Oh man,
Yeah.
course
Did
we,
he fake his
of course
death,
we
Bill?
would, of course, yeah, of course we don't want to hear that. Of course we'd be concerned with that word tied to anyone in this sport. I mean, like we talk about people, but we never want to see nothing bad happen to them. We love the sport enough and respect it enough that this is a hard thing. This is a hard sport and a hard business to be in. So we don't want him to fake that. He would fake me out. Um, but as far as him as a fighter, no, he's not on the list. He's too young and unaccomplished. We're not gonna play with that. We gotta let him grow. You know. And yeah, no, he's not on the
Hey,
list.
I'm gonna say this on your way out. I'm Team Devin Haney. You know that. I wouldn't put no one on the list that ain't there. You said Boots. Y'all should go for that, man. The man struggling to make weight. He looked like a skeleton in his last weigh-in. Make him make weight one more time. Be two-time lineal, three-division champ. It'll make you two-time unified. I mean, if again, I wouldn't have said Boots because I think he's a dangerous fight. But you put him on the list. Take that fight, man. Make that shit priority. Tio ain't shit. I mean, look, he's cool and all, but like you gonna get way more
I think
respect for Boots. Like they gonna respect you way
I
more for
think
Boots. Tio ain't get a knockout since Pedraza. Boots got an 88% knockout ratio. Boots
yeah, but
5'10". Boots got a long reach.
Dev
He
is
athletic. He
Dev
slick.
is
He gifted.
he's 26, and the list is a tremendously talented list, full of great fights. And that one will happen. I don't believe it will happen next. The next one that we're looking for is Teofimo Lopez.
I'm saying, as a
Yeah, man.
trainer, you don't think he struggled to make weight? You ain't
Oh,
feel him?
absolutely. No, that's when we look at him. We looked at him based on everything, but not just
Everything
um,
is
the
timing, though,
struggling.
Bill.
Well, no,
He
I'm
slithers up
looking
to
at.
54, and then, and then what? That's he gonna be too big.
Well,
It's
give
deeper
me a
than
second.
that, bro.
The
Culture.
skills. No, but the skills that I look at where Boots is and just where he is right now, and I look at the Karen fight, and I look at what Devin has done with the Ramirez fight, and you know what I mean. Styles make fights, and I think that Devin has a tremendous style and a skill set that'll be the one to give Boots the most problems out of any fighters in or around the division for him to. I mean, obviously, him going up and fighting in a bigger weight against a Canelo or some of those other fights, you know, when if if you introduce those, then I'll have a different opinion. But as it stands right now, with the possible fights that he'd have at 54, that he'd have at 47, I think that ultimately the 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 worst style matchup for him is Devin Haney.
I'm gonna just say this to give you food for thought. Boots had 2 fights with Karen where he quote unquote couldn't cut the ring off. So Devin could fight his style with Ramirez and won't get discredited because Boots is supposed to be the slicker, more athletic fighter. He's supposed to cut the ring off. Just saying, food for
No,
thought.
absolutely. And the thing about it is that we're looking at him, we're thinking about it, we're looking at him. We know that it's a tremendously talented team, and then Bozy, a heck of a coach and fighter and mentor, and and Boots, who's a gym rat. You know what I'm saying? It will be a tremendous accomplishment and feat for Devin. That we look at it, we look at everything that they're doing, but we also look at everything that Devin is, and we look at Boots not only his strengths but his weaknesses as well. And where he's weak at, Devin is strong, and it will make for a great fight whenever that fight happens. But this one is for the culture. Devin Haney
Fact.
versus Teofimo Lopez. Come out of them bushes, Tio. Come out of them bushes hiding. And I don't know where your daddy is with his fat mouth and all the shit that he's talking. Where you at, Tio Senior?
Hunting.
Hey,
Hunting.
Bill, we
Biggest fight.
appreciate you
Biggest fight
as
in boxing.
always, man.
Yeah, the Lopez's are being hunted right now. Thank you, Tone. You know what I mean? For being part of, the hunt.
Part of DHP. Tell him he part of DHP
Yeah.
now. Look at
Yeah,
him.
listen, but Tone the superstar doesn't come easy. So if you think you just gonna get him, you gotta earn it. Tone ain't playing. He's one of the toughest critics. He's one of the toughest critics that you can get. Live on the Boxing Voice now with Bill Haney in syndication. Y'all have a good day, man. Shout out to the chat, man. A great group of fans, man. See you guys later. Peace.
Appreciate you, Bill,
It's
man.
not
Appreciate
finished.
you.
Um,
Hold on,
and
hold on, Al. We got Bill back. Go ahead, Bill.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, it sounds like it
Hey,
connected to your.
Ness.
Yeah,
Hey, Ness. Tell me that caller is still on here.
he on here. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, he sounds like he's from the East Coast. I'm from the Bay. You do not sound like you. Where in the Bay are you from?
I'm from the
Huh?
Bay, man. I'm from the East Bay.
What part of the Bay? Where from the Bay? I'm from the Bay. I'm from Oakland. Where you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh, you from
30
Pittsburgh.
minutes from
Okay. All
Oakland.
right. Okay, okay. Sometimes sometimes the Bay and Pittsburgh. Okay, I got you. I just want to make sure. Now you that you don't want to see. Now we're from Oakland, right? Now overcoming everything that you didn't overcome if you were from Pittsburgh, right? Because you understand Oakland, and you're saying that the fight with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney is not a fight that we should be pursuing, and wait a minute, and you're saying that it's okay for things to go sour for Teofimo, but it can't go sour for Dev?
Mm.
I'm just asking.
So I'm gonna put it this way, Bill. I'm gonna put it this way. Um, yeah, because I know Haney portrays to be somewhat the good guy, bad guy situation. Um,
What has come
so
out of
in one aspect, in
what
one
has come out of
aspect,
Pittsburgh?
in one
What has come out of Pittsburgh? Out of our section, since you from Pittsburgh, what has come out of Pittsburgh? And you know what it is coming out of Oakland for what we've accomplished on this stage in boxing. The youngest undisputed, right? Fighting 7 different champions, and even you not giving him credit? You not giving us credit?
I'm not saying I'm not giving you credit. See, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well, what you saying?
I came on and I said I am a Devin Haney fan. I do root for Devin Haney, but there's a difference. Um, there's a difference when you are the guy who we know that he's braggadocious, and
No, I
so
don't know what you just said. You
when
just switched. You
somebody
said,
who
when the guy.
when when somebody who's braggadocious as and as Devin, when he lose, he takes a big dip. Don't get me wrong.
Why?
Don't get me wrong.
Why? Why?
When they
Wait.
proceed to
So,
lose,
so
when he proceeded to lose, it seemed like the fans did. I'm not saying I didn't want it.
were you?
I'm not
Did you
saying
like?
I didn't
So
want
did
it.
you like
I'm saying the
Mayweather? Did you
fans
like
didn't
Mayweather?
want it.
Did you like Mayweather? Did you like Mayweather, or you wanted Mayweather to lose?
I like Mayweather.
So
I like
was he hated?
I
Was he
like the
was he
boxing.
hated in the same way? Was he hated in the same way that Devin is hated?
I would say he was hated more. I think he was hated more like how Tio is being hated.
Wait, what?
Hey, Bill, let me get to some other callers
That
though. We
doesn't make
got
sense.
some other people here.
All right, that didn't
I
make
got
sense.
J Max.
That didn't make sense.
That nigga sound like Maze.
Yeah, I know, right? He sounded like he's from New York. He don't. And when he said Pittsburgh, like he went he went
J Max
he
with
went
all the
some other
background
place.
noise. What the hell?
You hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, what up? I'm with Bill Haney on the phone.
Yes, sir.
All right, hey Bill, man, what's up, man? I got a question for you, champ. So, like, my question is, Devin Haney's not a champion right now, right? So why not try to go for one of the champions if y'all gonna compete at 147? Why not go for one of the champions right off the bat? Because Devin Haney's the #1 contender in the WBC, right? Obviously that fight can't happen, but why not aim for a Boots or Brian Norman? Because at 140, you guys didn't want the fight with Teofimo Lopez. So I'm kind of want to know your thoughts on that.
Well, if you go through the record of what Teofimo has said, right? He said that we didn't want to fight. He's saying that he wanted to fight, right? Before he
Correct.
said, listen, before either one of them, right? Before either one of them mentioned Boots' name, Boots has not mentioned their name. There's no fight between, he's saying Boots and Boots ain't even saying his name, right?
Yeah, but Bill, he
Right?
we talking
What I'm
about
saying
we
is,
talking about.
no,
Go ahead, brother. What happened, Bill?
the profile, the name, and all that. And once again, I'll ask you, give me 5 Boots fights that you see for Boots, or that you see Boots and said he's interested in.
Well, Bill, Eddie Hearn just did an interview where
No,
he
I'm
said
asking a
that,
question.
you know.
I'm asking you a
Go ahead,
question.
brother.
I'm talking about Boots. What 5 fights
Yeah.
has Boots said that he wanted?
Well, Boots is not really. He kind of lets Eddie Hearn talk for him. He doesn't really speak that much
Okay.
to the media.
So say 0.
Okay.
Okay.
Has
Now,
I mean
whose name did
Devin
whose
Haney?
name? Wait, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Whose name? Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Whose name did Teofimo mention first? Devin Haney or Boots that he wants to fight?
Recently, or like what? We talking about a year
No.
span or something
Who?
like that?
Well, you first is only first, caller. It's not recently. It's not late past or present. I said which name?
Well, about 5 months ago, he was calling for Devin Haney or
I didn't
George
say 5
Kambosos.
months. I said no. I said which name out of Boots and Devin did Teofimo mention first that he wanted to fight?
I believe Devin Haney.
You believe. You
Okay,
funny.
so I'm only saying. Listen, and I believe just like you, he needs to stand on business. He's
But
talking
why not
about
make the
he's
fight at
running from
140
he's
though?
running. Wait, hold on, bro, hold on. He's running from Boots, creating these narratives and creating these situations and saying things that he'll do. And now he's been put in a position that he has to stand on it. And you and Pittsburgh and
But
everybody else, instead of butting it, need to hold him that standard and tell him to stand on business. And then we make the
but
fight
Bill,
that
Bill,
the
with all
fans
due
want to see.
respect, your son's not a champion right now. He don't offer anything as far as legacy with belts.
Okay.
We talking
What?
about
No.
lineal versus
What I'm saying
lineal.
is,
Hold on, Bill.
no. We're talking about. We're talking about.
Four
We're
months
talking
ago,
about.
four,
We're talking about an undisputed champion. We're talking about an undisputed champion, a lineal champion, the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt area, fighting the
that's
lineal
actually
champion.
Fandora's sister. But go ahead. That's Fandora's sister. She's the youngest undisputed.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay. Well. Then Clarissa Shields is the most accomplished fighter in the sport. Period.
Okay. But my
Okay.
thing, Bill, is
So
just
I'm saying this: if you want to
I
bring
think
in,
y'all should.
no. If we bring in
Go
the
ahead,
women,
brother.
and shout out to the women, but we weren't talking about the women. We were talking about men. Now go back
Okay.
in the men's division. Who is the youngest undisputed champion in boxing? The youngest undisputed champion in boxing, sir.
For what? For women or male? I'm sorry, you cut off a little bit on mine.
For men,
For
who is the
men.
youngest undisputed champion
Oh yeah,
in
Devin
boxing in the
Haney.
men?
Devin Haney. For sure, Devin Haney.
So what I'm saying is, with any of the young fighters in that and this era, then it makes for a great fight in or around the division with Devin. We've accomplished that in the sport against another accomplished fighter. That's all.
All right, so Bill, that's my point.
Who's your
My
favorite?
last point, because
Who's your favorite fighter?
Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, we're on the same page.
So Bill, my only thing is, champ, I think y'all should definitely try to get a belt so it could be a bigger fight. You know, a champion versus champion at 147. Because my thing is, I mean, there's articles and things
We've
out
had
there.
belts. We've had belts at the same time. Was the fight bigger then, or is the fight bigger now?
Back then, I think the fight would have been bigger with Devin Haney and Teofimo. My thing is, Bill, a couple of months ago when Bob
No.
Arum said,
So you said so.
"Oh man,
So wait.
I can't even get
So give me
two
a second.
sentences out,
No, you
brother."
said it. Well, no, you said that
Go
you
ahead.
thought that it was bigger then than bigger now,
Correct.
and that's based on
Correct.
and that's based on who and based on what? Because I'm saying is if that's the case, then what fight is on the table that's bigger than him and Teo and Devin and Teo? What fight is bigger?
I mean, right now, a lot of people are going for the Teo and Boots fight. That's a big fight, Bill. Matchups make, styles make fights. That's a big fight. Bill. I know it's not
Okay.
favorable to you
Okay.
and your camp, but again, if we go back
No,
4
no.
months ago,
I'm
this
what
is
I'm
what
gonna
you
say.
said.
What I'm
Hold
gonna
on, hold
say.
on, Bill.
What
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna
Bill.
say.
Bill,
Okay. No, no. You just asked your
this is
question.
what you.
What I'm gonna say to you is. What I'm
Oh
gonna say to you is
man,
how. No.
yo,
What I'm
Nancy's
gonna ask you.
terrible, bro. He's so good at it,
No,
bro.
no.
He's so good at
No,
it. Go
no,
ahead.
no, no. What I'm gonna say to you about that is I'm gonna back mine up with analytics to say that Devin, based on Devin's
Oh, you
travel,
don't want to
right?
talk
Based on
analytics, but go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
wait. Well,
Go
I'm
ahead,
just saying
brother.
the reach.
Go ahead,
When you
brother.
talk about
Uh-huh.
when you talk about that beautiful crowd of 45, 55,000 in Australia for the first time, then you talk about that wonderful fight with Lomachenko and the Ukrainians who came out to support. When you talk about the grudge match between Ryan Garcia and Devin, that great group of hostile Mexican fight fans who really want to see Devin lose. When you talk about that, all these different things that we've worked and been a part of to bring to the table to fit as the perfect dance partner. Then you have someone that's just speaking with no analytics and no substance behind what you're saying. When you talk about the narrative being dispelled, that we've sold out in our hometown, we've sold out 17,000 seater in the Golden State Warrior Arena. Something that
What were the
no one
pay-per-view buys for that, Bill? If you don't mind, since you're
well,
talking analytics,
okay,
can you let us know what
yes sir.
were
They
pay-per-view
they
buys for
were
Regis?
they were one more than any one of Teofimo has done or Joanne Boots Ennis have done. They're
What about Terrence
100 and
Crawford? Because
something
I said
thousand
Terrence
each
Crawford
fight.
my favorite
No,
fighter.
no. Oh, no, no. Wait, excuse
Go
me.
ahead.
What I just said is
Go
we're
ahead.
not talking about Terrence Crawford. We're talking about what Devin is and who he brings. He brings all the pay-per-views and all the audience to being the next dance partner with either one of those guys. And not either one of those guys, he can't fight them both at the same time. He's the biggest fight for both of them when they get through with it. For both of them is Devin Haney. Based on what
Gotcha.
I just said, the
Okay.
analytics I just said.
Yeah, but we'll definitely resume this another time. But I do want to say at 140, you guys could have made the fight, but I guess
Well,
you guys didn't like
you
being
go
the
ahead
B
and
side to that offer.
you go somewhere and you just bleed and you just take this punishment coming on here talking about what
But Bill,
Devin
can you
isn't,
confirm that, Bill,
right?
that you guys didn't want the fight at 140 because you guys were the B side, correct?
No, Turkey Al-Sheikh put the deal on the table at 140 and Teofimo didn't take it then.
So wait, so Turkey has never came out publicly on any article or anywhere saying that that was an actual offer. But I do have you here.
Well,
Hold on.
he's not coming. Yeah, and
We
it was
don't
an
want
actual
to,
offer.
Bob.
It
We're
was
not handcuffing
actual
Bob.
offer because
Teofimo Lopez is. So to say that you put something on the table for us when you haven't sold a pay-per-view, you haven't sold out an arena, and then to say that you put something on the table where you would be the A side and we would be the B side was an insult. And I believe that they knew that it was an insult as to why he came out and he said it. But he left out the fact that they turned down the deal when Turkey Al-Sheikh put it on the table. Top one.
So just going off of that, champ. But you could have had the fight at 140, but you didn't want to be the B side. I'm gonna holla at y'all, yo. Peace.
what? No, that's not. No, you go somewhere and just bleed. you just go somewhere and take it. And they will run, Ness, but they cannot hide.
Bandalorian.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, man, Bill, they got to give you a new nickname or something. They got to start move operator or something because, hey, that's hilarious how you be cutting them off like that and you just feel like. What I was gonna ask, so with the hit list, I'm fine with it. Like I don't know why people tripping on it. Like I tried to give a little spice to it. That you see, I say real or rubbish and whatnot. I think it's nice. But my thing I wanted to ask you, Bill. So with the list itself, I know you can't exactly speak for Devin, but with the list itself, so the fact that everybody in different weight classes and stuff at the moment, what weight do you want those fights and stuff to campaign at?
We're able
The only
to
reason
fight
I'm
them all.
asking
We're
because
able to.
I'm in
Okay,
agreement.
We're able to fight them all. We just can't. We're able to. Devin is able to fight them all. You know what I mean? He just can't. He just has to fight them one at a time. That's all.
No. So I'm in agreement with that. And the reason I asked is because I'm like, so I feel like I'm full fledged with you and Ness and Tone. Like, I want that Tio fight. I don't rock with Tio at all or whatever. I've been wanting Devin to go ahead and scratch him off the list or whatever. So I'm like, I just feel like it'd be perfect if Devin was to go back down, because it was only 4 pounds. He go back down to 40, then he take that WBO belt from Tio. Then he can unify with Africa or something like that. You know, then possibly try to fight Shakur at 40 or go back up. It just, you know, something like just the fact that everybody in all the different weights. That's just why I kind of wanted to ask that. You know.
Yeah, and you can't do them all. Right now, we got Teofimo Lopez that's once again backed into a corner, and the best thing that I've seen him do is slip out of the fight with Devin Haney in the WBC tournament. You know, then he did it again with Turkey, low key, and you know, because he was publicly saying that he wanted it, and then he came back and said that they have an offer or they have something, and I said, man, you just got an offer from Turkey. Turkey is the one that's paying everybody, paying Top Rank, Bob, and them, and all that. So imagine this, a Bob saying it a disgrace, because what you have to do is, right now, you have to have the fighters and you have to be willing to make the fights happen with Turkey Al-Sheikh for the biggest bag. For the biggest bag, for sure. Devin's name is in the hat for everybody. When we came, it was Devin Haney versus everybody with Eddie Hearn. When I did the deal with him, it was Devin Haney versus everybody. If he could make the Lomachenko fight, if he could make whatever, it was. What I'm saying is, when Devin hooked up with Turkey and Sela and that group, it became Devin Haney versus everybody with confidence and authority.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, because he's moving into that. He's moving into the spot where Ness is a witness to it. He told him, "Get me now, because soon it's going to be too late." You had your better advantage when he was 23. He's 26 now, right? He's able to be disciplined in a fight. He's able to fight different styles. You know.
Hey, hold on. That's the last thing I was gonna ask you.
But don't take away.
Thing I was gonna ask you.
I'm gonna ask you one thing. Can I ask you
one thing? Go ahead. My bad. You good.
What do you think about what the show is all about? And it wasn't about the list. The list came about, and like I said, we can only do it one at a time. I'm talking about the comparison of where Devin is at 26 versus where Floyd is at 26.
Oh, yeah. I called in. I was like the second or third caller earlier. I said, I agree with Ness. I said, the only thing was, I said it wasn't, because like you said, or delusion. I know, like you said, he ain't trying to actually call you delusional. And I was like, you said the word yourself when you first came on. I said it was just discrepancies. But I told Ness, I said, I think it was like a top dog, I think I said thing, because it's like the thing was with Floyd coming up. He ended up being like a top dog, so that's why he didn't end up defeating at the time like a specific pound for pound number one or anything like that. And I'm one of the few, like Ness always say, I thought y'all beat Loma no problem. Like I had it 8-4. Like I feel
YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content, or right here on our YouTube members.